What's going on, everybody? Today is August 20th. We are now 20 days into the Buoy 10 season. And if you look behind me, ooh, it's nasty out there right now. Whew. Yeah, that wind picked up, and even though it's incoming tide, we have massive 3-4 foot rollers out there. The wind's blowing so hard that even though the tide's going the same direction as the wind, it's nuking. I got to come over here and hide behind a bush just so I can get out of the wind enough to do this update. But today was actually pretty darn good. We tripping. We got into them right off the bat there at the first part of the outgo. Guys were getting them at the tankers. Guys were getting them up at shipwreck. A lot of guys were getting them down at the church hole and along the green line. Basically, Oregon and Washington side did really well today. I know guys were trying to hide from the wind a little bit over in Hammond on the flip, first part of the income, and they were catching fish over there. We just hung out over by Church and Red Roof and just nosed in, and it was just nonstop. It wasn't anything fantastic, red hot, but it was consistent. And the best part is, coho showed up, finally. We ended up getting 3 coho to go with 4 Chinook today. We didn't get all of our Chinook, let a few go. But there are plenty of coho in the river. Heard of a lot of them caught. That is excellent to hear. That just adds to the excitement and gets you more bites. So perfect. So here's the tough part. These next 3 days, it is going to be closed here in the Buoy 10 area, basically from Buoy 10 up to Wanna Power Lines, I believe. So that means no reports specifically for Buoy 10. What I am going to do though is tomorrow I have the group canceled. They didn't want to go out in the ocean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down. I got a lot of work to do on the boat. And while I'm working on the boat, as things come up, I'll just do a handful of videos covering different topics from the boat, how it's equipped, to getting fish nip ready, to rigging, to who knows what else. Just as I'm doing stuff and something pops into my head, I'll jump on and do a video. So there might be a few of them that pop up here tomorrow. But looking at that, I'm kind of glad I'm not working tomorrow. It's gonna be brutal. Tuesday might be doable out there in the ocean. It looks all right. Looks okay. Should be fine. We'll see what tomorrow's forecast brings. See if it changes at all. Wednesday looks all right as well. It's gonna be interesting. But my plan, since I'm already down here, is that even if it is a little bit rough out in the salt, I'm just gonna drop some crab traps and do a little bit of rock fishing on the jetties, and at least still have some fun out there and just avoid being out there in the real nasty, swelly, wind choppy stuff. Because the biggest issue that we have these next few days is that right there, the wind. It's not so much the swell, it is 100% the wind. So we'll see what happens in the next few days, if that changes, if it improves, or even gets worse. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so what worked today? It was absolutely painted blades for me. And it was funny, I called up my buddy, I'm like, hey man, I'm getting on them pretty good. We're getting ripped. We're consistently catching fish. We've already had, like, I think it said like 8 or 10 grabs, like all painted blades, bud. Get all painted blades on. It's really working. He goes, cool. We're getting them all on Bronco and Mexican hat. Okay. So I think it was just right place, right time, right fish. But yeah, it was good fishing for just about everybody today, from daylight until we all quit around 2 o'clock when we got blown off the water. So fun fishing. Yeah, makes it a bummer that these next 3 days it's gonna be closed down here. It really does. But the reason why they did that is to try and allow us to be able to keep fishing later on into the month. These next 3 days would have been a fair amount of take, just because the tides are perfect for a good Chinook bite. So they're trying to avoid over harvest like we've had the last several years, and try and keep this thing open through Labor Day like they originally planned. So we'll see if this management style works. It's kind of a bummer that it has to be done this way, or that it was done this way. I hope that this doesn't become a thing going forward, but I don't know. If it's successful, I wouldn't be surprised if we see in-season closures that they put in place well before the season even starts. Kind of a bummer, but we'll see. Just creates different options for us to go out there and go out in the ocean and maybe do some rock fishing and some crabbing. Mix it up a little bit. Put the salmon rods away, try something different. Okay. Wow, I'm still soaked. That was a wet ride back. Wow. Kind of glad I'm not gonna have to be out there. Oh boy, guess what I gotta do tomorrow? I gotta sleep in. So I'm gonna go back, take a shower, get all dried up, eat some food, call the missus, and go to bed. Sleep in till, well, maybe 5 a.m. because my body clock just won't let me sleep past that after this many days in a row getting up so early. But I'll take it. Maybe I'll take a midday nap. All right, time to get back to work and hopefully go to bed soon. See you guys tomorrow. Later.